Hello, welcome back everybody to another episode of Beer Talks. Hello, sorry, I might cut that out. I don't know.
No,
I'll
it's
probably just
it's
keep
staying
it in.
exactly
Keep it in.
where it is.
That's my real voice.
Oh,
My real voice has been confirmed. Hello, my friends with me, Stan and Addy, and your parasocial friend John. We're back.
wait, are you the only parasocial friend?
Yeah, actually.
Because we're real friends or
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
fake
yeah.
friends?
You're
There's always parasocial friend John, and then we're
Only.
his friends.
correct.
Oh,
It's
okay,
just
so we're an extra layer removed.
yeah. I'm that guy who's like just like watching everybody in like a social gathering, but never actually joins the conversations.
What is it called? Wallflower?
The
No,
wallfly.
creeper.
Oh, wall creeper.
Anyway, we're back. My friends are bullying me again. Thanks for tuning in. Everything is the same as
not
per usual.
It's best friends.
Yeah, if this is best friendship.
Today we have a special guest. We just have guests on guests on guests. I think Stan just wanted me to work really hard on editing
Mm-hmm.
at the tail end of our season, right, Stan?
Yeah.
You know how like you have to exercise the skill or the muscle in order to keep it like, improving?
Yeah.
We're like, how much harder can we make this to make sure that your editing skill improves?
Well, it improved a lot. Okay, it was a good training arc. Anyway,
Yeah, there
without further ado, we have our friend Alice. Say hello, Alice.
Hi.
Ooh, Alice is here.
Yay!
Are you gonna introduce us to Alice, or is Alice gonna introduce us to Alice?
Alice can introduce herself.
Alice can introduce
Go ahead, Alice.
Thrown on the spot.
I know.
She's like,
Okay,
"Oh, I
wait.
didn't
Okay.
prepare for this."
I'll do a quick introduction. So, Alice, we've known each other a long time, right?
Yeah, since grade
Seventh
seven.
grade.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, like we like in our 7th grade classroom configuration, it's like tables of 4s, I remember. Right?
Yeah.
And we were in the same group.
My condolences, Alice.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Hey man.
I think
Now
you
who's the bully?
Yeah, I think you sat behind me.
I don't know,
and
at some point.
Yeah, I think we just got along really well somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was your homeroom teacher?
In 7th grade?
Yes, in the same
Miss
class.
Pinto.
Miss Pinto.
Yeah.
Alice, you're
Beanie?
just nodding. I feel like you forgot her name.
No,
Yeah,
no,
Miss Pinto.
I almost forgot, but no, it was Miss Pinto.
Yeah, and
yeah.
you know what? Fun fact, she still teaches at the same school
No shit.
that
Whoa.
we went to 7th grade in, and then she's no longer Miss Pinto because she got married, and then so she goes by another name. And I saw her, I think like 2 months ago.
No, you didn't.
I did. I went to this because my cousin now also teaches at that school, so I went for like a spring concert situation,
Shut
and
up.
she was there.
Do you remember you?
She remembered me.
No.
Well,
shit.
like you know what she says, like obviously she's taught like hundreds of kids, right? And I think my cousin definitely gave her a heads up, but like we caught up, and then like I told her like, oh, this is my year, this is what happened that year, and then she's like, yeah, I do remember like these like flashes of things happening, and I'm like, you know what? Even just flashes, that's super impressive.
So what you're saying is you didn't make an impression on her.
I guess not.
Wow. Wow.
Anyway, this is my friend Alice.
Anyway, yeah, Alice. What about you? Who are you?
Who are you?
Oh, that's a hard question.
Is it philosophical?
I'm Stan's friend since grade 7, and I think maybe I can just start off there. We have known each other for so long, and we also went to the same high school, university, and
Oh
then
my God, we did.
eventually we worked together.
wait.
So we have had a long
Not together,
history.
period. It's like a K-drama in the making, isn't it?
Wait. Was it all on purpose?
No.
No, it
Shut up.
wasn't.
You guys are lying.
Well, like high
Yeah.
school, there was no choice, right? Everybody
Yeah.
in our basically like I think 90% of the kids in my middle school went to the same high school.
Okay.
And then in university, like I didn't know. Did I know you were going to Waterloo?
I
No,
don't
right?
think we talked about it.
No, like we just got accepted and whatever, and we were talking. It's, oh, you're going to Waterloo? Awesome!
Yeah.
And then because we knew that we were going to Waterloo, and then we had. Were you in arts biz to begin
Yeah,
with, and then
I
transferred,
was.
right?
Yeah.
So then we actually took French together because I was like, oh man, French is like one of my worst subjects. Anyway, we had like this small arc of like, hey, let's like go to class together, and then she ditched me to go to another program.
True. As deserved, I feel, Alice.
Right, and then
Wow.
she's probably like, I'm done with this guy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
get this.
I can't.
So she went to this like superior program,
No.
and then
Superior program.
superior by far. Okay,
Actually-
everybody
I thought-
agrees.
I thought the
Yeah.
name of the program was Superior. Like, was she, like she's learning about lakes or no? But like
No, here it's
A
here.
higher tier.
Okay.
Yeah, a higher tier.
And then after we graduated, we went our separate ways. And then you did your thing, I did mine for a while.
And then you guys worked
And
together?
then we worked together.
Oh my god.
Alice, can you confirm?
I can confirm. I
Okay.
can confirm.
Stan's not making this up.
And then
No.
she again ditched me.
True.
This is the plot of your life, your friendship.
Addie, I think
That's-
you should just leave this episode and just let them
No,
have
seriously, this
Yo,
is
this
a
is
K-drama.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
trauma.
Just leave the record button on, and then I'll see what I can work with, and just piece it all together.
This is probably like this is very interesting. Like
I
how
agree,
did this
man.
happen?
Grade
Like,
7, eh?
Yeah, it's been a second.
I moved to Canada in grade 7, so 12 years
oh
old.
damn.
Yeah, but at the time Stan was like 15, I think.
Whoa.
Okay, you're a year younger than me, bro. Relax. I was in 8th grade when you were in 7th grade.
You were in 8th grade.
What the hell?
Hold on. This revenge bullying is like too much.
Okay. That's my last one. That's my last one. You guys hit me like twice when I beated everybody, and now I hit you 8 times. Sorry. Don't worry, Alice. You're safe.
my
I never do that to guests, unless
At least not on the first time.
exactly unless not in the first time. Anyway, we have our beer of the day, which is
Finally to the beer.
I know. Sorry. It's actually it hasn't been that. We're actually on schedule with the tangents. And the
Are we?
yeah.
Wait, the tangents are now part of the
Yeah,
schedule.
it's part of the program.
Wait, okay, hold on. Let me just do a wrap up on Alice. Alice is my friend, and she's here talking about I don't know
Okay,
what we're
Stan.
talking about, but yes, the
But-
beer.
Okay.
But is Alice your friend? That's the question.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're
Oh.
like great friends.
Yeah.
That's why you left him. That's why you left him twice, right? Anyway,
There's a story.
Oh, Whistler Brewing Co. is our beer of the day. Forager Lager. Stan, it's gluten free. You're the one who found this because of our special guest today, right?
Yeah. So Alice is gluten free, and then also originally there is so obviously based on the name of the beer, this is not brewed in Ontario. Originally there was a Ontario brewed gluten free beer that LCBO said that was available, but it was not.
But they lied. Okay.
They lied. So I was at the LCBO for like legitimately 15 minutes up and down the beer aisle looking for it, and I couldn't find it. And I had to ask somebody. I'm like, hey, I showed them my phone. I'm like, on your store website it says that this has like 9 stocks left. Can you tell me where it is? And then they're like, oh yeah, that's not always accurate. We don't have that anymore. And I'm like, no.
Classic.
What's the point of
So-
having it on the website if it's not accurate?
I know.
They
So
have it.
anyway.
They have it. They just didn't want to look. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, probably. And then so I in theme of because I wanted to do everything as much as we can as like Ontario beers.
Correct.
And I thought if we can't do Ontario beers, at least we can keep it not
Canadian.
local, but domestic.
Yes.
Right? So
I saw.
Whistler. Yeah. So this is going to be my first gluten-free beer. I don't know
Same.
if you guys have had.
No, I've never had.
Nope. I actually didn't know that you could be gluten free because I thought the whole point of beer was it was brewed from fermented from some kind of wheat or thing.
Barley.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm very curious on what this is.
You don't drink, Alice? Do you drink much?
No,
No?
I don't drink at all.
Were you like?
Do you not drink at all, Alice?
Don't even start. I do not drink. I don't drink.
Okay,
and you're
well,
not
with-
gonna start any rumors.
with this. We're not starting any rumors. We're just confirming. So, gluten-free Whistler Brewing Co. Forager Lager. It's 5% actually, which I was surprised. I thought like gluten has a lot to do with brewing, with fermentation, right?
So yeah, like if you look at the ingredients list, the first ingredient is water.
Yeah, that's what I mean. When
It's
we-
not yeast and barley anymore.
Yeah,
just
that's-
water and sugar.
And then when we got the ciders, it was just cider, bro. Like it doesn't even have water. Like that's crazy. Anyway, I already opened mine.
Oh,
If-
okay.
if you
How
guys wanna-
does it smell?
If you guys want to, I really like the smell. That's why I was
Oh.
smelling the can.
Oh, okay. Here,
Like
hold
I
on,
emptied the can. Also, it looks like a cider. I think we're haunted, guys.
Oh no. Oh wow, that's really
Oh,
clear.
that's so clear.
Right?
I'm so surprised.
Like it's as clear as a cider. It's as light as a cider.
It smells good.
That's
Like
what
I can
said.
see everything behind the glass.
I know.
Like I can see you behind
see
the
me.
glass. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Damn.
It
Anyway.
smells really good.
Cheers.
Okay,
cheers.
cheers.
Alice.
Cheers.
Tastes like beer.
It smelled fruity to me. Like it smelled
Like apple
the,
juice?
like the aromatics was
Yeah.
like it was like very light and fresh, but how it's not that bitter. It's not IPA bitter, but it's fairly strong, right? I think.
Considering it's not an IPA.
Correct, considering it's not an IPA. Like it's
See, now I don't know. I don't know what wheat and barley brings to the game.
You're like, if gluten free
I
can
don't
do
think
it,
it's-
why do we need wheat and barley?
I don't think it's wheat. No, does it have wheat?
No, well, like the normal beers, like,
normal
the
beer has
ingredient
some sort
is
of-
wheat,
yeah.
barley. Remember Ogre?
Yeah, right, sure. You know what? We'll ask our local professional, Alice. What do you think about the
I
beer?
actually quite like it.
Yo.
Oh,
I
actually.
I don't like alcohol too much, but it's actually very light and it goes down fairly easy.
Very smooth,
so I
right?
quite like it. Yeah.
It's very
Do you-
crisp.
Do you think
Yeah.
that this gluten-free beer, will go well with like an order of calamari?
No.
Ooh.
Okay,
That was a confident no, bro.
she didn't even have to think about it.
No,
No.
You're like, no.
Oh,
Why
alright.
not, Alice?
It's too light. Like I think when you're going for something salty and crispy and oily, you kind of want something strong when you're drinking to knock it back.
Ooh, you hear that, Stan? Because I feel like Stan was gonna say it goes well with calamari.
Maybe like a grilled calamari, maybe. not like a
Yeah, like
breaded
not
calamari.
battered, yeah.
not breaded, not deep fried, but like a
Like on a flame.
like on a like you know those like Mediterranean like hot stone plate calamari.
Yeah.
Or
Or like
that,
the
with a
Japanese
little bit of
style,
lemon.
like on the tappanyaki.
Oh yeah, with the
yeah,
fan,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
With the
that'd
fan.
be nice.
Yeah.
With the hand fan, yeah.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't. I have no clue.
All the
Any-
night markets. Think of all the night markets you've been to.
True. Sorry, I take it back. I do know what you're talking about, Stan. I said that I wasn't gonna make fun of you anymore, so I take it.
Wait,
back.
you were making fun of me
I wasn't.
this whole time?
I wasn't. Anyway, Alice, you like it? Whistler Brewing Co.
Yeah, I really like it. And I would agree if it's grilled calamari with like lemon drizzle on top. I think
Okay, at
it's
this point,
great.
guys, we're just
Ooh,
talking
fancy.
like squid dishes. Okay? like we're not talking.
Wait, who
like,
says calamari has to be deep fried?
True.
True.
Where does the calamari line and where does it end? And where does it start? You know what I mean? Like, anyway,
that's a season 3 merch.
that's a whole other transit. We won't get there yet. Any other notes to add, friends? Alice?
No, it's just really light. Sometimes it's like it kind of tastes like a light champagne almost, but it still
Ooh.
has the beer taste.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the body, I think, that you're talking about, where like how light it is and like how crisp it is. And I think that's why you said with the champagne, it doesn't really have that much like punch in terms of like beer, you know?
Yeah,
But-
yeah. Is it because there's no like heavy aftertaste? Because beer tends to have a heavy aftertaste.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I think this one gives you a really good idea of what hop is supposed to taste like, right? Because like all of it in my mouth, it's like you kind of get rid of a lot of what John's like the beer taste.
Yes, correct.
But like a lot of it is like hop. I get it now.
That's scientific, by the way. The beer. That's scientific. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, like, if you told me that this was like not gluten free, I don't think it made a difference.
Oh, like if I just never said anything,
Yeah,
you'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, this is just a light beer.
Right. Exactly.
Oh yeah, true.
But then again, we've never really had other gluten free beer.
Well, right, because this
Maybe
is our first one.
Maybe that's why it's champagne, as Alice said. Maybe the gluten is the heavy back end, right? Maybe.
Like the aftertaste
yeah,
bit
exactly.
of the
Yeah,
beer.
maybe.
Maybe.
Anyway, speaking of aftertaste,
No, what? Why?
Where's
why
this
are your
going?
transitions always so weird?
Where's this going? I want to know.
speaking of aftertaste, Stan, what are we talking about today?
So today's topic is more surrounding kind of. So I know in previous seasons we talked about like personal finance, financial management, and things like that. But I know there's like there's like an entire movement on the internet about like wanting to be financially independent, and then also what that means for like different people, and then being financially independent, does that also mean then you can retire early, right? I think the acronym is FIRE, right?
Fire?
Yeah,
Wait, what
it's
does it stand for?
financial independence, retire early.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay, makes sense.
So anyway,
Dang.
today's episode title makes a little bit more sense now.
So is that why Alice is here? Because
Oh.
she's on fire?
Well, we can ask Alice some of these questions, but I know she has done some research into this area of like financial independence, and then I want to just know, right? Like, what does financial independence mean to you? What does retirement look like to you? And what is a realistic, like when you say retire early, like how early are you retiring, and what is realistic? Right? So I just thought we can have like a very candid chat with that today. And then also get your take, John and Addie, on what your plan is, or if you have plans for
Ask the guy.
financial
Yeah.
independence and or early retirement.
True. So our first guest was the Star Trek expert, and then we had a workout expert, and now Alice. No pressure, but now you're the financial expert. So we're gonna put your at Instagram.
People are gonna DM you
People,
financial
yeah.
questions.
It's like, can I ask you about?
Exactly. Is this
What
a
are you
smart
investing
investment?
in?
Yeah. What do you think about properties? Do you think I should put like how much capital should I have?
So I wouldn't say I am a financial expert by any means.
True.
Also,
Okay.
also for just as a disclaimer, no one here is. Right, like we're all
True,
just
true.
talking our own opinions. Nobody
Yeah.
listened to our financial.
That's
We're
true.
not giving a financial advice. Period.
Right.
We are just
Asterisk.
talking about like, hey, what does it mean to?
We're just
retire
having
early?
correct. We're just having a discussion about it. Correct.
The opinions of this guest does not represent the opinions of Beer Talks TO.
Thank
Just
you.
a disclaimer.
Thank you, lawyer. Thank you. We have a resident lawyer. Thank you.
Always with the disclaimers.
Yeah. Always with the asterisks.
So Alice, I want to ask, right? Like how long have you kind of like got into the idea of like, this whole FIRE thing, and how did you get started on this journey? Because this is a journey.
Yeah, so for me, I didn't really think about retirement until I was probably mid to late 20s. And I think for most people, you could say that's pretty early. But just learning what I learned, I think perhaps I should have thought about even earlier because like you said, retirement is very much a long journey and a marathon, but it's also very personal to each person about what you actually want to get out of that retirement goal. So I did start researching into things like what is this FIRE movement, and so just for a quick explanation,
Sure.
Yeah,
generally,
what is this movement?
yeah, like generally, it's this lifestyle where people tend to want to either save or invest aggressively in order to accumulate enough savings so that you can basically stop working or be tied to having to work a job in order to pay for your expenses. So it doesn't necessarily mean like you can just stop working, because there are different types of FIRE movements, but it's just generally speaking, it gives you a level of freedom in the sense that you're not at the mercy of like some job or some company to have to make a living.
Right. You're not tied down per se.
Yeah.
Right. So you're more flexible, and you're more like, you know what? I'm gonna move to Thailand, and then but
Yeah.
you still have sources, right, of income.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just a different way of thinking about it, because I think traditionally, like I think the average age people retire at is probably 60 to 65, potentially later.
Is that true still today?
I think it's a little later now, though.
That's what
Is
I'm
it?
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think
yeah.
it's later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too.
Oh my god, I didn't
Yeah.
realize. I just thought like whenever people talk about retirement, it's always just like, hey, 65 and then see ya.
No, bro. People working up
Yeah.
till like 70s. I've seen actually.
Especially
Is it
now
because
with-
they have to?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Really?
There you go. Yeah.
There are some people, especially like I know some people where they are working. It might not be for like themselves per se, but to support their kids too. Because we've talked about this, right? Like our next
say.
generation, even some people in our generation, they can't afford homes, for example. So a lot of parents help out, but in order to help out, they gotta keep working because they might be also on the mortgage, or they had to dish out a big piece either from their retirement funds in order for their kids to buy homes. So unfortunately, I do see a lot more older people staying in the workforce.
True.
see.
Although I do know a person, like actually personally, that is working, and like they're almost 70, I want to say, and it's because they just don't want to retire, i.e. they're gonna be bored, you know.
Oh
So
yeah,
they
that's
think-
also another thing.
so
yeah.
like that's more of a personal thing, right? But I feel like Addie's rationale is like a blanket statement more, like it's more apt
Yeah.
for a lot more people, right? Versus like a more personal thing.
So this whole FIRE movement, is it more for like, I don't want to say young, because I think young is like a very subjective term, but is it is it more for like working millennial, Gen Z type?
Gen Xers, bro.
I think it
Maybe.
actually started with millennials because I think for
Classic.
a while, like there's this whole work balance movement.
Of course, yes.
Right, from millennials. And so I think it probably originated with millennials, which I am part of that generation.
Yeah, I think that tracks. I think that totally tracks, and I think part of it that feeds into it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think part of it that feeds into it is that since our generation and beyond, like from millennials onwards, there's also this movement where like you want to live just enough. Like there's no like desire or like really big push to be like I need to be the 1%, because if your goal is to be the 1%, you're gonna be working forever. But then there's this like, you know what? As long as I'm financially independent, I have enough means to live, I will retire. Why do I have to keep making money? I don't need an extra bucket of gold. So part of that kind of feeds into this FIRE movement where it's like, I just want to enjoy my life. And like you said, Alice, all this like work-life balance, financial independence kind of all rounds in that way.
So okay, maybe more questions around this like the FIRE movement, right? So like what's so different about like FIRE versus like traditional retirement, and then what people generally think of when they think about retiring? Like what's so different, and what caught your eye about this whole FIRE movement?
When I started learning about this whole FIRE movement, I just thought initially that, oh, like it's just, you know, crazy people trying to penny pinch everything that they're spending.
You can
just
say
so they
millennials.
can-
It's fine. You can say millennials. It's fine.
Yeah. So let's just say it's millennials.
Yeah,
It could
yeah.
be people even younger these days, but generally speaking, I thought they were just penny pinching and
Right.
just saving every cent that they have and not living their life, and then trying to build up this bucket of gold so that they can stop working. But I guess the more I looked into it, there's actually very different methods of going about achieving it. So for example, there is one thing called F.I.R.E. So F.I.R.E.
Okay, whoa. Why are you like calling me out, bro? Like
Whoa.
I'm back to running already. Like, whoa. I thought
Why does it have to call FIRE?
Yeah, why does it have to go that way?
No, like F.I.R.E. apparently is when you decide that you want your retirement for you to be able to spend lavishly. Like you'll go on trips like 10 times a year.
Dang.
You'll send your kids to private school. You'll live in a giant mansion, and all of that. Doing all of that, you don't have to work because you're living off of your investments.
short of selling a kidney. Okay.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
that's like a real, like people are capable of doing that in this economy?
So I don't think it's common, but it is a thing, and I've commonly seen it in California where there are people earning a ton of money from the tech space. It could also be
Right.
people that might have earned a lot of money through crypto.
Yes.
And they just happen to stumble upon a lot of money, but that's not to say that they didn't work hard for their money.
Not to discredit them.
Yeah, and there could be like business owners that might have stumbled upon like a great business and they built it up, and therefore they were able to work really hard for like probably 10 years, and then by the time
then
they're
fat
30, they can fat fire. Yeah.
Damn.
Wait, so if I go up to somebody and then I'm like, are you FIRE? Does that make sense?
I'd be like, no,
Everyone
Stan.
will know.
I'd be like, no, Stan, I'm only fat. Okay.
Wow. Oh my god.
So like, is that like you know, like if you're like talking to somebody about their financial goal and then they're like, I wanna FIRE.
How
Like,
do you
will that
even
make
go
sense
about?
to-
Is it an adjective?
I don't know.
Is it a noun?
Say
Is
I
that.
feel like that's not how it works.
it a suffix? Is it a pre? What are we?
Is there skinny fire?
Yeah,
Yo.
yeah. There's lean fire.
Shut up.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
tell me.
Way.
It's the complete opposite where you're living the most frugal life in retirement. So that could mean, and it's not the only way, but it could mean that you move to a very low cost of living country and you do not perhaps go on any trips whatsoever. But you find enjoyment in things that might not require money, which is still great, right?
Yeah.
You're more content. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really deeply personal because not everybody needs a lavish lifestyle. And
True.
some people are happy with like reading books, taking walks, taking hikes, doing sports, and they don't
Farming for their
necessarily.
food.
Yeah, farming.
yeah.
Like
Farming.
actually, that's a big one. I've seen celebrities talk about it. Oh my god, I forget the girl's name. The girl that did Divergent. At some point, she was like farming for garlic and like going to the mountains to collect water for herself, and she finds enjoyment with that. And clearly, she's a celebrity. At that point, she was doing the Divergent movies, so she was making money. She didn't need to, but she was like, "I'm collecting rainwater to use," and I'm just like, "Cool."
But like, how much of that? I mean, okay, like we're kind of getting into a little tangent, but like, how much of that is like, no, like how much of that is real? You know what I mean? Like versus
what do you
like
mean?
versus
I
like
think parts of it must be because like I can see it, right? Like there's a lot of people who like even in my neighborhood and stuff, like they like to so we live beside like a big park and they have designated farm spaces because that's just like a whole movement of Toronto where they're trying to, you know, push for a local produce and things like that. So there is like a big, I wouldn't say big, but like there is a plot of land that people grow food on, and there's like communities, gardens and things like that people go in, grows their own tomato, things like that. I think there is that level of, I don't know, how PC do we want to be? I think there is like a level of
Not
like
at all.
like I think there's like a level of like California crazy that like you know they will be like, you know, I am beyond the tech space, I am beyond like,
you mean that
office
way.
work, you
Oh,
know,
I see what
like
you
I
mean.
am one with nature.
Oh
You
my
know,
God.
and then they will go up to the mountains and collect rainwater. But you know, I think the whole point is that they can, without having to be like, oh, it didn't rain for a week, I'll just go to the store and buy some water. You know, like they have the ability to do that. They're like, oh, if you know my crop this season didn't, you know, like come out well, like, oh man, like it's like a hobby for them instead of like a I must do this in order to survive type deal.
Right.
You know, I just noticed two things. One, it's fucked up that when she said fat fire, when Alice talked about fat fire, we were like, oh yeah, true, haha, you know. And then when it's like, oh yeah, actually there's also lean fire, and we're like, how real is this? You know? Like,
It shows how skeptical and
That-
cynical we are, eh?
right, but like being rich, we're like, you know what? Yeah, true. That's what.
I can
that's
see
what we
that.
should-
I like
exactly.
that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
the baseline is that like the either fire, either body weight, body
Yeah.
size. I don't
Either
know.
diet. Either diet.
Yeah, either diet.
Fire
Yeah,
diet.
Yeah, fire
Yeah,
diet.
either one. Like the root of it is that you are like you don't have to work, right? Like you can like anybody technically anybody can skinny fire today.
Yeah.
Right. But like if your lifestyle doesn't support. Wait, what is it? It's not skinny fire. It's lean fire.
Lean fire.
Like but if your lifestyle doesn't support lean fire today, like you're not fire, you're not even fi.
Alice looks like she has a lot to say.
Yeah, there's actually a middle, like somewhere in the middle.
Keto,
Like
keto
healthy
fire.
fire?
Keto fire.
I would say, yeah, like I would say it's the moderate fire approach. So there's one called coast fire,
Coast.
like coasting.
Oh, coasting.
okay.
Yeah. So this coast fire concept is one where you save enough money so that investment is big enough to grow by itself, but it does not cover your day-to-day expenses. So you still have to work, but you don't have to work that hard. Like
Oh,
you
okay.
can
You don't-
work a job that brings in just enough money to cover what you need to live day to day, like food, car,
Rent or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, but you're not worried about trying to make more and more money. Like it's just enough to carry you forward. But you also have like this bucket of gold, if you will,
Right.
that will keep growing, and then you don't have to worry about constantly saving. So there's no worry about saving in
Isn't-
that coast fire.
Isn't that
concept.
just retirement funds?
Well, you know, for
Isn't
some
it?
people-
I'm asking.
But for
Like
some people's
baseline.
retirement,
Yeah.
but for some people's retirement, like if I think about like for example, I don't want to say like immediate boss, but like some of my like previous bosses, and like, you know, their retirement, they will retire as F.I.R.E, I think. Right, because of like the level of the organizations they've been in, and I think like the lifestyle that they're used to, and I think what they want to provide to their family, because they talk about this, right, like in their day-to-day life. Like they're never like, I think for someone who is maybe older than us, right, their idea of retirement is probably something like F.I.R.E. Right, like they want to go on multiple trips, they want to be able to like live life and like do all that. Like if you're talking to someone who is like of that generation, I don't think anybody wants to lean F.I.R.E, like wants to, like they might have to, but nobody wants to lean F.I.R.E.
But again, I think what Alice said at the very beginning, it's like it really depends on your personality and your lifestyle, right?
Right.
Like, is it just like a different label at this point? Like, can you just,
Retirement versus F.I.R.E.
yeah, like can you just educate me as to why this is important, or like why somebody would consider it? Because at this point, for me, it's just like, are you just like it's a different, like it's a new coat of paint, right? But like at the end of the day, it's just like, hey, we're just talking retirement, right? Alice, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think the difference, and this is just my personal opinion, is I feel like the younger generation, like millennial and afterwards, I feel like generally we want to use our time for things that serve us a little bit better.
True.
Rather than compared to the older generations
To our
who
parents, yep.
perhaps considered work as a very large part of their lives, and perhaps it's because of the economy and the you know, what's happening in the world back at the time, where they didn't even have the luxury to think about anything outside of work.
Right.
So I feel like if you ask me like why are we even talking about F.I.R.E and why did this even kind of come up, like I think it's also kind of like a privilege that there could be an option for us to even consider F.I.R.E, just because perhaps our parents have gone through the tough times to give us these opportunities. And now that we do have these opportunities to perhaps make money or decide how we want to spend our time better, and perhaps now it's not all about money, because now we're sort of in this privileged position to think about, is money and is work all we want from life? I think that's where F.I.R.E came from. Yeah.
True.
I think that like kind of goes back to, we've talked about this in previous episodes, how like our parents back then were so focused on survival, and like
I'm looking for the episode right now.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Like
go ahead.
it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
making me think back to that. Like they don't think about this. They don't think about relaxation.
Correct.
They don't think about
Correct.
vacations. They don't think about enjoyment. And I notice that, especially like I'm seeing my parents are really weird. They really like life and they love traveling, so they're different. But I see a lot of my friends' parents where when they get close to retirement age, actually don't know what to do with themselves,
Right.
because they've never had to think about it. They've never thought about it. That was not, they, like you said, Alice, they didn't have the privilege to think about it. So for us, we do have this privilege to think about like, oh, what kind of life do I want later on? That's why this movement really is taking off. So, and part of that, I feel like, to your point, John, I think that's also why some people don't leave their jobs, because they don't know what to do with themselves if they did.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
maybe this is kind of like my take, right? So I read a little bit about this. So I think the whole thing about F.I.R.E is that like you're actively making decisions to save money, right? Because in order to retire, and then again, like I don't want to like make it synonymous, because retirement is a part of F.I.R.E, right? And then like in order to retire, you need to have some level of like, I guess like nest egg to support yourself. And then I think the more important part is like getting to that financial independence part, because you can be retired, but then if you're still dependent on, for example, like I don't know, government support, or like if you're still dependent on like whatever, like you're basically, you're not independent, you're still like, you know, oh, like I still have to fulfill all of these things at the end of the month in order to get a check. That's not technically F.I.R.E, you're just retired because you're not working.
True.
right? Right.
True.
And then so I think this whole movement is like, I think why it got so much traction is because it was really controversial at the beginning. Because like Alice said, it was a lot of people like what seems to be penny pinching, but they're like actively making a decision to be like, okay, so instead of going on like, you know, I think a moderate 2 to 3 vacations a year, I'm going to go on no vacation for the next 5 years, save all of that money, and then invest it. So then I can have that, I don't know, whatever target, I don't know what the name of it is, but there's like a target amount that people save for.
A
And it's
threshold.
like, oh, I want to get to that target faster in order for me to be like, if I want to keep working, great, I can. But if I want to quit my job as, I don't know, like the senior vice president of like this big company and become a barista, I also can. Right. And I think that's like a big drive for like the movement. And I think this is also why people subscribe to it, because if it's just retirement, like we're taught retirement.
Right. It's
Yeah.
nothing new. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Alice, is that kind of like the right idea of like the whole movement?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's about if you're into it, right? If you buy into the idea that you want to be able to control or have some decision making or planning over when you retire. And when I use the word retire, it's not actually like you just stop working and you sit on a couch, but like retire, like as in
You don't have to work.
you don't have to work, but you also figure out the life you want to live if you don't work. Like, what would you do if you don't work? And is there something there that compels you to want to do more of it, right? And so for me, like the whole movement is optimizing your financial habits, optimizing what investment decisions you're making, how you're going about like saving and like perhaps earning more money. Like it depends, right? So it's really just optimizing the amount of time you have and then saying like, okay, like, you know, by the time I'm 40 or 50, like I don't want to work anymore.
Right.
And it's different for everyone.
Is that your goal?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you are subscribed to like the FIRE movement, and you do want to retire like significantly earlier than the average retirement age.
Yeah,
guess
like
at least
I
for
would.
Canadians.
Yeah, I would say I would want to retire definitely way before 60. But a lot of things are, you know, it's dependent on the life choices and perhaps financial conditions for what I'm doing. So I can't say exactly when,
Right, for
when
sure,
I want to, but
yeah.
but generally speaking, my approach is not fully like, oh, I'm super hardcore about the FIRE movement, but I
Right.
do feel inspired by some of the tips or like financial habits that they would do, and then I would, you know, do my best to do that, but I'm not very gung-ho about following it to a T.
I was just gonna say, like, it's actually like, it's with the economy right now, especially at our age, right, with everything that we're seeing and it's going on, how we're like quote unquote depressed about our economics and how we're the
Right.
generation where like, not the shittiest per se, but like in terms of like economics, like, you know, golden parachutes is not like a thing anymore, right, et cetera. Like this whole FIRE thing is kind of what's the word, enlightening in like a happy sense, in like a good sense, where like, yeah, actually there's something that you could do right now.
Yeah.
Like there are changes that you could do.
I have a question, because I feel like I have talked to friends about sort of like these retirement plans, or not even retirement plans, just like saving plans or budgeting, which we've talked about. Like some of our friends don't budget. Do you feel like the idea of FIRE, the idea of retirement and doing something other than working, is this a very privileged position for people in certain education levels and certain occupations or professions? Because like, for example, like I know people in the arts and they are just getting by. Like they cannot even, like they can't even think about saving, right? I know people that are in administrative roles where, again, same thing, like they're not thinking, they can't think about savings, right?
True.
Do you think that they would also have ways to kind of buy into this FIRE movement, or is it more like, well, your life choice is you should have been a doctor?
Yeah.
Like how does this apply? Because I feel like most of us here, we have held jobs or we've been holding jobs for a while, and we're in better positions to subscribe to this movement, but there are some people that might not be. And like, if they kind of come to you to be like, Alice, what do I do? I don't have a job that pays well. Like, what would you say to them?
Right,
Yeah.
like how applicable is it to just like a general, like a just a
Exactly.
Joe Schmo, right? Like just a guy who just
Yeah.
works at grocery stores, let's say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I actually think that this FIRE movement doesn't necessarily exclude people who may not be earning a lot of money by societal standards.
Dang. So it's inclusive like that.
I actually think so, because I have read a lot of stories and they are confirmed to be true because they're in like official newspapers, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
There are people, for example, like a single mom with kids, and I would say she achieved her FIRE by the time she was around like mid 40s.
Wow.
Yeah, and so if we said that the average age of retirement is 60 to 70, she still retired very early given
Yeah.
her situation, right?
Yeah.
And the background to her story was she also didn't earn a lot of money. She had kids to pay for all by herself. And the way she explained how she achieved her financial independence was that she just learned a lot about retirement. She learned a lot about how to take care of her finances, and this was all on Google, right?
Wow.
So she took it upon herself to learn about all of these things to help herself achieve financial independence. And it doesn't mean she didn't like work hard or she didn't try to earn more money, but just given the her situation where she likely didn't have a lot of time to like, let's just say, get promotions or work late at work, right? Because she has to take care of her kids. I think what I see in this story is if you want to really take it into your own hands and try to organize your finances, track them, make sure you're spending like appropriately, right? It's not that you can't spend it on yourself. It's not that you can't spend it on your kids. It's not that you have to like eat beans for dinner, right? She didn't do that, but she really took financial literacy as like a goal for her because she felt that she needed to provide for her children, and she wanted, but at the same time she wanted to spend time with her children. So like, while she was taking care of her babies and toddlers, she was just reading about all these like investment strategies. So I think if someone really wanted to, they didn't really need a lot of money to start with, because it kind of just snowballs. Like, you just need to be consistent with investing, and then make sure that you don't overspend what you don't have.
And thus we've come full circle where you basically like, just make the effort,
It's true. It's true.
And for
And
my
I think that's good. Yeah.
for my understanding too, FIRE is, yes, there's strategies and actual like physical applicable things that you could do, but for the most part what it sounds like is like it's a mindset, which I hate saying because it's such a life coach thing,
Kumbaya kind of situation.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, look, another millennial, realizing what mindset is about, right?
Yeah.
But like, can't be further from the truth, right? So
It's true. And I think if there's anything to take away from what you just said, it's don't be scared by it. Because I find that sometimes I have these conversations with people to be like, oh, you're not budgeting for this. And then their reaction is like, well, I'm not making enough to budget anyways. Or like, I'm not making enough to save anyways. And it's almost like either they give up or they're too scared to dive into it because they're like, I'm not even at a level where I have money to save, so forget it. And
they don't want to make the effort. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, they're not making the effort because they probably feel like, oh, I'm not there yet, right?
Yeah.
But what you're saying now is actually, it doesn't matter how much you have. If you have just $10 to put away a month, put away those $10. Do something with those $10, right? Like, don't belittle yourself or like think that you don't have enough. It's all about what your plan is.
True.
Yeah, and I want to add to it, like, even if you just feel like you don't have enough money to start, like, time really is your friend. The earlier you start, I think the more returns you can see over time, even if it doesn't feel like it at the very beginning. So I would put forth that encouragement to everybody listening, like, even if you feel like you might not have enough money to save or invest, like honestly, like $10 a month, if that's all you have, you should start. Like start now, because in like 5 years time, you'll have a lot more than the $10 a month. Trust me, you will. And it's also like a matter of just having that habit, because once you have the $10 a month, like you will start thinking like, oh, like maybe I'm starting to earn some interest here and there, and now I'm getting like maybe $50 by the end of the year, and now what am I going to do with the $50? I'm going to just start maybe investing in some other stuff, and then it kind of just snowballs. So the more time you have, like the more you can think about like how you want to kind of keep building that momentum, but at the same time it's also training yourself to get into that habit, because time really helps. Like no matter how little money you have, just start early.
There's this anecdote I told Stan. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is today.
Yeah, actually that's a good one. I like that.
Which is, you've never heard that one before?
No,
Oh,
I don't
well,
plant trees.
It's by John. It's by John.
Why, John? John, why don't you talk to me about philosophical stuff, huh?
It's not
Am I
philosophical.
not intellectual enough for you?
That's not my quote. That's not my quote. That's not my quote. That's not mine. But that was the one that I don't live by that, but that's one of those things that I always stuck by. Stan, you've been hella quiet, bro. What are you thinking about?
No, I just think that it's so interesting to think about, because like I also don't want to retire at 65 or
when you're old and decrepit, true?
Yeah, like I don't want to like, you know, at that point, because like I think the traditional mindset of retirement is that you've worked up until that point, and then, you know, like your company will take care of you, you know, you've put money away in your I guess the Canadian is like the RRSP, right? The retirement savings fund, whatever. And then, you know, by that point you have like a little bit of money, and then you spend that money for the rest of your life, and hopefully, you know, your time comes before your money runs out.
Right.
And that's it. Right.
Yeah.
But I think like a big thing for me, so like I've also heard about FIRE before today, and like a big kind of draw for me to that is like, then I have a lot more control over, you know, my own life, right? And then it's not about like, oh, like I have to depend on my company, because like let's be real, like, you know, like no company really will take care of their employees like this as
Not
they
anymore.
did, like as they did like 40-50 years ago.
Our parents' generation,
And then
For
so
sure.
I think financial education has not really caught up in terms of like teaching people our age even, right? Like what does retirement mean to you, and like, you know, what does your lifestyle mean? And you know, you can't, well, not you can't, but like it's incredibly hard, for example, if you earn like, let's just say $200,000 a year up until you're 65, but you don't save any money, and then when you retire at 65, you have to change your entire lifestyle to fit a, you know, $40,000 a year budget, you know? And then so I think FIRE really kind of like forces you to think about that, and then like kind of not like basically, so a lot of like, so there's some criticism that says that like the entire FIRE movement will like basically like demotivate an entire generation, because they don't like, they're like, oh, like, you know, you all you guys want is just to retire and not work and not,
you don't want to work later.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily the case, right? I think it's
Yeah.
empowering like individuals, like Alice said, to kind of figure out like, what do you want your life to look like, and realistically, how much money do you need to make that happen? And, you know, and I think a big part of it is financially being independent of, you know, your parent, your spouse, the government, right? And be like, if I really were to be up to my own, and, you know, if tomorrow I can't work, right, what does that mean, and how much money do I need to get to that state? So I think that to me is kind of like FIRE. And and I think most people, I want to say most people that I have come across on Reddit or like stories I've read, they want to like coast FIRE. Right?
Yeah.
Like I think fat FIRE can happen to a select lucky few, right? In the sense that like maybe you guys have excellent jobs, or maybe you did come across like a massive windfall. But for, I would say, most everyday individuals, like it's going to be quite difficult unless you literally like are giving your life up now, which means that you are literally eating like one piece of toast a day, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the life you have to live. And
Right,
it's
right.
not necessarily about that, but it's about kind of like, okay, well, like if that's what you want to achieve and this is what you're willing to give up now, like go live your life. But I think for most people, it's like, I want to be able to enjoy my life and be comfortable with what my life will look like when I retire. So what does that time frame look like, and how much
Yeah.
money does that look like?
Okay.
That's true.
We're at the tail end. And
Are
I'm
we?
willing. Yeah. It's already almost been an hour. Okay.
What?
But I'm willing to work harder.
Oh wow.
I'm willing to make an
We're doing a
effort.
double
John, we got a
episode.
fire.
I know, right?
We got a fat fire.
I'm fat, dude. There's no fire. I'm just fat.
God.
No, you started running. You started.
I did. Therefore, there is some fat fire burning going on. Anyway,
Go.
This isn't beer talks without our tangents, so we gotta go to, we gotta get on the next, we gotta go on the next train. I wanted to ask, okay, because I always have an answer to this, okay, which is related
okay.
to what we're talking about. I could start too, but I'd rather prefer if Alice starts. So if you were to retire, like, what is the retire? You have I'll give you like an elevator pitch of your retirement scene. Like, what is your, I won't say end goal, but like when you got to that spot, like you're okay to exit. You know what I mean? Like when you reach that, like, what is that goal for your life? Where when you get there, you're like, you know what? I've lived a good life. I'm good to exit from here. You have that written for you?
I have a rough idea. I wouldn't say I have it like all written out or
stone?
anything.
Yeah.
But I think it's really just being healthy across multiple aspects of my life. So having healthy relationships, having a healthy physical body, and then also just, I know it's related to money, but just healthy finances.
Right.
And I'm not looking for a lavish life, but I do want to, spend more time with family and friends. I want to spend more time getting my health in order. Like, I don't have the best, exercising habits.
Right.
And partially it's because I don't really have a lot of time from doing an office job 9 to 5 every, Monday to Friday. And sometimes it could be longer than 9 to 5. And so for me, it's just having that flexibility and freedom to focus on myself.
True.
I think that could sound perhaps slightly selfish as well, but that is partially why I just don't want to be held prisoner at my job 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. And to that end, I'm actually fine with earning money or working even throughout retirement. But I would like to work on something that invigorates my mind, if you will.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
It's a safe space, man. You can say whatever, bro.
Yeah,
If you say you want to fly a spaceship, bro, bet.
Fly a spaceship, Alice.
Yeah, go fly a spaceship, man.
Oh
Bet.
my goodness. No, but personally, I enjoy creative projects, and so in my current job, I don't really get to do that. But
Flex
if
that
I'm
muscle.
able,
True.
Yeah.
if I'm able to earn some money through creative means, I would love to be able to do that. But understanding, I'm not trying to make a big buck, right?
Yes.
I just want
Right. It's fun money.
Like
I
this
would like to
podcast.
improve.
Are we fire, you guys?
This is our retirement plan. It's going to be
Oh,
season
man, like our
40
Oh
and we're
my
65
God.
still
and we're
doing
gonna
it.
have 50 people
sorry.
listening to us.
I'm
in
sorry to
50
interrupt.
seasons.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Alice. It was just like I'm like, oh, can you shut up about our podcast? This is our creative avenue, dude.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, just to wrap it up, I think when I think about, let's just say, when I'm 80 or 90 and I'm on my deathbed, I want to just look back on my life and go I did more than just working. I did more than just saving money.
Yeah.
I actually did something that I wanted to do with my life. And
True.
Okay.
I just want to have those memories and have more time to do those kinds of things. So if I, when I talk about, I don't want to retire when I'm 60 or 65, it's just really to get more time back to do what I want to do and make memories the way I want to make them.
Okay, that's fair. That was a very PC answer, and that's probably because you're on a public forum, but I'll take it.
Wait, what's your answer?
Is
Bro,
your answer
I-
not PC?
Tell me.
My answer is so spot. It's you know what I see.
Tell
John
me
doing
more,
that.
John.
Okay, so I'm gonna open my bar resto.
Ooh.
I'm
Where?
gonna open my resto bar by a beach. I don't know where.
It doesn't have to be a North American city.
It doesn't have to be in North America.
But like it has to be by the beach.
By the beach.
Is
You
it
know
like
that-
a tiki shack situation?
That's
or
what
like
I
a-
was thinking. I'm like, in a
Honestly,
hut?
see, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
tell me.
Right,
Okay.
and then like you know that old man who's just wiping his bar, his
Yeah.
his bar
Is that you? Is
countertop.
that you?
Yeah.
Honestly, that's me.
Oh, damn.
There's like probably like 4 or 5 dishes and just like a certain amount of beers. Right?
Okay.
Right.
And then that's it. And then like the shore just like calmly hitting, the ocean wave calmly hitting the shore. That's where I want to go. Like if I like
that's
my
your comfort. Like that's your retirement plan.
Yeah, that's the end game.
Okay.
That's John's end game. Like when I get there, I'm that guy. If you guys ever visit to that country, whatever country that is, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm just that guy cleaning. Why are you laughing?
Damn.
Where's-
It's a dream, and it's a good dream. I think that's a great goal.
Don't you guys see me as that? I see myself as
see
that.
it.
Like
I see it.
actually.
I think
that-
you're gonna have like your little ponytail.
Okay,
tied
I'm not
up.
gonna grow a man.
Yeah,
bun.
you are.
No,
You
no, no,
totally
I'm
are.
not
You
gonna
totally
grow
are.
a man. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna grow a man.
And then like every now and then he breaks out his guitar and says,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
no.
Yeah,
no.
I
Ew.
see it, right? You
Ew,
see it, right?
No. No, that would be like things of legend. You're like, oh, I heard the bar owner used to be a performer. I heard
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
on.
yeah.
I heard he was on Spotify, and they're like,
Yeah,
"What?"
he released an entire album,
An
on
album, yeah.
Spotify. He
And
did.
then
He did.
And then everybody's like, what's Spotify?
I'll send you guys the link.
And it would be like their LimeWire of that day, Like Spotify. What about you, Stan? What's your end game?
Honestly, I don't know. I used to think I know, but I no longer know.
Okay,
All
what was it used to be?
It used to be like it used to just be like my life doesn't change. I just live my life as is now, and except I just don't work. That's it.
Boring.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Right?
continue.
And then yeah, like I thought about like, oh, maybe opening a cafe or like whatever.
True.
So
Artistic,
maybe
right?
maybe across from your beachside bar across the street, there's like a main road. Across the main road on the inland will be my cafe.
See, now I know why Alice moved away twice.
Wow.
Wow.
She's like, why does Stan
Damn.
keep following
Follow
me?
me everywhere. You know what, John? It's your turn. There's no escape.
Oh man,
I'll be ready when you
latched
open your
on
bar.
No!
This is just parasitic relationship
Apparently.
from one host to another.
Symbiotic, dude.
Oh my god.
That means you need me too.
Apparently, it's
True,
symbiotic.
true.
Well, yeah, in some sense. Okay, take that for that one, you will. Anyway, Addy, what about you? What's your end game?
Because I want kids.
I want kids too. What the hell?
No, because it's part of my retirement plan. I know that I am free to retire with my 2 kids. I'm hoping to have 2 kids. When my 2 kids have their own families and they are self-sufficient, they don't need to ask me for money. They have their own property, and I don't need to take care of them. That's when I'm like, cool.
Damn, they've got to have their own property.
Yeah, like they've got their
They've
own
got to work
property.
hard.
They gotta figure their shit out, man. Like they got their own property, they've got their own jobs, spouses, children, and if it gets to the point where they're like, Mom, I can give you an allowance so you can retire, that's when I'm like, peace. I am quitting my job.
Okay, so what are you doing then? Are you fucking
Then
opening
I'm
a
just
dim sum
gonna-
shop across from me and Stan?
No, bro, I'm just gonna travel. I'm gonna travel, and I'm going to be a 60-year-old influencer that
No shot.
travel vlogs
I see it,
about
I
my
see it.
life and be like, you're
Wait, with
60
Eric,
and-
right?
Yes, with
No,
Eric.
Eric's like 6 feet under at that point, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna travel together and we're gonna vlog together and we're just gonna talk about our travels and be like, this place is great for elders. If you have bad knees,
I see it. They have a ramp instead of stairs. I see it.
Exactly.
Their food is super soft.
We'll tell you guys which one's
Guys, you don't have to chew this.
wheelchair accessible, like they have the little chair thing for the staircase, like they have
Like
those available
that,
for
and,
you.
And then once my children have grandkids, I'll just come back. I'll be like a snowbird only during the summer to play with them, and then I'm like, peace. I'm leaving in the winter.
Fair enough.
And I'm just gonna travel. I'm not gonna have like a set home in any other country. I'm just gonna travel for like 6 months
Alright.
at a time.
Stan
see
looks like Addie's gonna visit us every now and again.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Well, I'll have
Yeah,
coffee for
there
you,
we
and
go.
John will have beer.
True,
Perfect.
exactly, true. Alice, you're welcome to come.
Open invite.
I said, oh, yeah.
I will come. I will
Yeah,
come.
You're
whatever.
finally coming to me for once. And then I'm gonna leave.
At At 65, Stan is like, my turn to leave.
Yeah. Stan's like, see, bitch, this is, it's my turn, okay? It's my turn, okay? Enough, it's my turn. I exit first, okay?
That's so funny.
Wow, okay, well,
Oh my god.
I see ourselves there. That's our episode. That's a 1 hour
Yeah.
mark.
Damn.
Did it
Alice,
feel like an hour, Alice?
Yeah.
It felt like an hour.
I mean, in the best way possible.
She's like, no,
It was
yeah,
a
it's like it's an
very-
hour. It was an
Yeah,
hour,
yeah,
an
yeah.
hour ago.
Like, I
like,
think
damn
we
it.
talked about a lot, so
Yeah.
it was a good hour.
No, trust me, there's a lot more to talk about.
True. You know
Okay.
what? I will say, when I saw the topic for today's episode, I'm like, man, is it going to be depressing? Because we're talking about retirement and we're talking about like, and in my mind, I'm like, man, retirement's not easy. It's a lot of work
Yeah,
in
yeah,
between,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But you know what? It turned out more hopeful
Yes.
than I had expected it to
Yeah,
be, right?
same, bro, same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like same vibe. Like that's what I was thinking too. I was like, ugh, another adult topic.
Right. Yeah, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, when we before we pressed record, we were like, can we just talk about solo leveling? Because like Alice also has opinions about it, and like
I have
it's-
opinions about it.
True.
Alright, well, maybe we'll invite all the anime and manhwa experts, and then we'll have a whole argument, and we'll all have sides.
Ooh,
Who
everyone
argue?
represents a different anime,
yeah,
and you have
yeah.
to defend it. Ooh,
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
And be like, all right, why you should watch or read, this.
Yeah.
True.
That's
anyway,
gonna be a very contentious episode.
I
It
agree.
will be chaotic.
And I'm not gonna be the one to edit. We'll pay somebody. to
Everyone edits their own part.
Yes. Okay, Whistler Brewing Company. Did you guys finish your beers?
I did not. So this is a small
Oh.
can, eh? Like
It
this
is a small can.
355. I didn't finish my beer. I'm
Oh,
almost
I'm
done. Though.
surprised.
It's a small Coke can. What about you, Alice?
I'll finish it over lunch.
That's fair.
Aw.
I finished mine. I think it's exactly. I think it is the gluten-free thing. Why it doesn't taste. It doesn't like a heaviness of beer. I think that actually is it. Because usually like there's no bloatiness to it. There's no like even like the carbonation, right? Isn't like it's champagne-y. Like champagne is carbonated, but like
Like it's different. It's not.
Exactly.
It doesn't have that heavy feeling when it goes down.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
constantly make you burp and stuff like that. That said, I did mute my mic a couple of times.
Oh, me too. This got me real burpy.
Yeah.
Oh, surprising.
Yeah.
But like I think it is the gluten free though. That's why it doesn't have an aftertaste. That's why it's not that heavy.
True.
I think that's my quote unquote professional opinion. So we should get to our recos first before the shout.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Yeah, true.
Alice, do you know the program with the recos?
You can enlighten me.
Wow, so much for an avid listener. So usually at the end of episodes we do recos. It could be recommendations of anything, anything that you've been doing this past whatever. Like it could be literally about anything. It ranges from our first guest was Dave was like it was like a dental place.
Oh yeah.
I recommended a lip balm. Addy recommended another bakery in like Korea or some shit. I don't know.
yeah. It's always some food place that's impossible to get to.
Yeah.
You have like freaking like Swiss chocolate, like Korean bakery. I'm like, girl, like
Yeah, Addy's like, Eric was in Madagascar. He got me this. He got me this lemur meat. It was lemur.
he was
jerky.
on Mars.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm just giving you guys ideas to add to your retirement
you-
travel plans.
If
That's
you guys,
all.
if you guys are ever in Madagascar,
I'm traveling to one place, John's Bar.
Facts, dude. But yeah, if you have any recos to recommend, I can go first if you're still thinking about it. So recently, I think it was last episode I talked about how I started running again. I just wanted to I recommended running then. My reco, which by the way, I don't know if it was this episode or this season, maybe last season, when I talked about like just going for a walk as well. Like I recommended going for walks, caveat walks without music.
Oh right, like a sociopath. Yes, you did.
No, not a sociopath, but like having like I've actually looked into a stan, and it's people like you
What? Whoa!
that make this very difficult and make it very taboo.
Oh my god.
I'm joking, but like the reason it turns out I didn't know I've been doing this, but
Yeah.
it turns out it's actually like a real thing of like mindfulness when you go for a walk by yourself with no music on. Again, given if you're living in a city or stuff like that, I understand you have to have music on, right? But like if you get the opportunity to walk by yourself, no music on, it's actually a very meditative practice where it's even a great way to solve your problems. Like actually, like if you have a really big problem, go for a walk. Like
with no
music. Yeah.
Like don't clear your mind.
Yeah, don't clear your mind. Just go for a walk with
Just
your,
let
and
it
then,
run.
Yeah, and then like in your walk, you actually like process through. Like this is just your mental gymnastics that you do with yourself. But like, and at the end of it, you're like, huh, I guess that is what something I will do with it. Obviously, I can't guarantee that for everybody, right? That's just not fair.
Yeah.
But that's my reco.
Okay.
I've been going for even it's been raining recently, even like freezing rain, right?
Like in the rain, you've been going for rubber
yeah.
walks. Oh wow.
Okay. Do you bring an umbrella though?
Of course, I've been.
Okay, I was like, are you gonna be that psychopath that's walking in the rain with
With no music and no
no
umbrella.
No, there's something very zen about the water hitting the ground and just like the orchestra of it all. Not to be dramatic about it, you know. See, I told you, bartending old man, you know. Like,
I see it. I see it.
right? It's apt. It's apt.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
Man, I eat too much. My reco is food again.
That's
but
fine,
this is in
that's
town.
fine.
This is in town.
This
so
is in
there's
town,
a
okay.
restaurant. It's called F.I.R.E restaurant. S-A-R-A-Y. It's a Turkish restaurant.
Okay.
I actually went yesterday for their like breakfast brunch spread.
Okay.
I don't think I've had Turkish breakfast before, but it is so good.
It's
Like,
delicious.
it's $30 a person, and they give you a whole spread. There's like 4 different jams. There's like different types of butter. There's like normal butter. There's whipped butter, and then there's nuts and fruits, and then they do like eggs 2 different ways. They did this like egg thing with like their kind of like pepperoni-ish type meat on it, and then they did the scrambled eggs thing. They have like the olives, the tomatoes, everything. It was so good, and it like, and it's like unlimited naan bread. Like it was so yummy, and it was really nice because like it's just $30 a person. You get tea and orange juice with it, and they just portion it based on how many people are at your table, and because there's a spread of like everything, right? Like it doesn't feel very heavy because you got your protein with the eggs and stuff, and like the deli meat or whatever, but then you also got like your jams and your fruits and your veggies, and I'm like, man, this feels like a very balanced breakfast.
Was it a
You-
lot?
It was a lot though.
Like
Like
you were
there
full, right?
Yeah, there were 5 of us, and we were
Mm.
full, and we got, but it's also because we got a refill of bread, and the bread was really good when it came out like nice and hot. I did not know this, but some whipped butter with a little bit of drizzle of honey on naan bread is actually so good.
That sounds
like-
delicious.
Right? It's so basic, but it's so good. And like honestly, for $30 in today's economy, like not bad at all.
No, bro, that's a
So-
Big Mac combo right there.
Yeah, exactly. So then I'm like, if you want
$30?
Yeah, man.
Yo,
It's like 24 something.
McDonald's is
No?
expensive now,
Some,
eh?
some shit like that.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I'm like, you know what? If you just want to like go on a date or like have a girls' day, which is what I did yesterday,
True.
or like, hang out with friends, this is like, it's a very shareable thing. It's like very visually and like appetize wise appealing. So highly recommend.
Soiree? Soiree?
Saray, I think it's S-A-R-A-Y.
We're
It's
not
in
sponsored by
Richmond
them,
Hill.
by the way.
We're not sponsored, but I would love to be sponsored. I'd come
Hey,
again.
sorry if you're listening. I'll do that bit later.
Yeah.
I can go next. Yeah. I think just in extension of what Addy was saying, this is like a great place to hang out with friends. But for me, like recently, my whole life is just like a little bit insane. I'm like
Hectic.
I'm like having a lot of like mental health kind of like I feel overwhelmed, this and that. There's like a lot of things I have to do, and then I also feel like I have a lot of social obligations. I'm like, I have to see people, and like these people want to hang out with me, and et cetera, et cetera.
I don't. What the hell?
Well, you know what? I came to see you yesterday for like 10 seconds. Okay.
Continue. Yeah.
And then so anyway, this one friend ended up coming over, and then I felt so bad because like I had so much to do, and eventually this person was just like, "Hey, let me like help you break down some boxes for your recycling." And then we hung out, we like talked a little bit while he literally was just like X-Acto knifing some boxes down.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, this is really nice actually. Like, so if and then like apparently there's like this whole thing online where people are going like, oh, like instead of like formal sit down dinners or formal sit down Turkish breakfasts, right? If it, like, because I feel like everybody's lives are so busy now. Go grocery shopping together because you have to do it anyway. And then you can do it together at the grocery store and walk and talk and whatever. And then like by the time your grocery's done, your social obligations over and you move on with your day.
Yeah.
And not saying that like these are like transactional things, but I think this is just like a good way to connect with the people around you, right? And then kind of like figuring out like, oh, like when does our calendar align, and let's get some like checklist items out of the way, and also I get to see you and spend time with you, and I think that's kind of nice. So I guess
Run errands together, is that
yeah,
the
like
record?
my recommendation is just like, yeah, like check off your lists of to do
Yeah.
things with your friends or with the people that you care about and want to catch up with.
Dating,
Aw, that's nice.
going to a grocery store together is a dating strategy now too.
Yeah, I
Wait,
heard.
what? It is?
I
Yeah,
heard.
yeah.
Also, they've moved beyond just IKEA dates. It's
Exactly.
just full on like
Yeah,
groceries.
let's go do groceries. Cool.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
All right. Last but not least.
So I'm gonna recommend something that stays true to the topic for today.
Sure.
Okay.
And it's a book called The Psychology of Money.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And
Is this on Spotify
I-
ebook? Let me look it up. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm not sure, but I would recommend this book because it gave me that optimistic view of how to plan for retirement and not be scared of it. So it talks about how we think about money, and usually sometimes it's negative, but
Yeah.
in a way, the book also encourages you to think about things like, if, for example, we're sometimes fearful of investing, we're scared of making a mistake, they're saying like, you just have to pay the price of learning and do it responsibly. But there's also like a lot of things that it talks about in the books. So things like, there's always going to be things you can't control. So you need to accept that just because something unfortunate might happen to something you decided on, it's not your fault. So you need to have that resilience when you think about this long journey, like this marathon of building towards retirement. Like, you are bound to make mistakes, you're bound to
Right.
lose some money here and there, but the most important thing is you stay consistent, because just as much as there is a chance that you could lose money, there's a chance that you'll earn money.
Yes.
And the most important part is to be consistent, be responsible, and have good financial habits. So there's a lot of good stuff in that book that I think helps us, like, put us in the right mindset to put that plan forward.
Yes.
So that's why I'll recommend it.
Yes, Stanley.
Yeah, I was raising my hand. Can you let us know the author of this book? Because I
Is
just
it
looked
Ben-
it up.
is it Bentley
there's
Graham?
like 5 different people that
Oh.
apparently wrote literally the psychology of money, and there's like 5 different books.
Is it by Bentley Graham?
There's Bentley Graham. There's Morgan Housel.
It's Morgan.
Okay.
Housel.
So Morgan
Yeah.
Housel, his book is not. I don't see it on Spotify, but he does have a Morgan Housel podcast.
He does
that-
have a podcast.
Yeah, so people can maybe listen to that if you can't get access to the book.
Oh no, I see Psychology of Money #1 by
Oh,
Morgan
okay.
Housel.
There you
19
go.
minutes.
Okay.
No,
okay.
no. The first chapter is called "No One's Crazy." True.
Hot take.
I know, right? I love.
Hasn't met me yet.
Yeah, really, really ruffling feathers.
So polarizing.
Right. Anyway, this is where this is your cue, Stan, for the beers and the shakshuka sponsorship.
Yeah. Say, hey, so Whistler Brewing Co., if you are listening to us, and or if S.A.R.E. Turkish breakfast place in
Yes.
Toronto, if you're listening to us and you would like to sponsor us, we would love to get more. You know what? I could see us doing like we do this podcast in the morning anyway, so I can see us doing like a morning
brunch.
thing with like a brunch with like a beer.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then, like, so if you'd like to sponsor us and you'd like to give us some things to try, and we can happily talk about it, you can absolutely find us at
TikTok and Instagram. We are Beer Talks TO. That's BEERTALKSTO. Beer Talks TO.
Beer Talks TO, that's us. That's me, your parasocial friend John, and your best friends Addie and Stan. And who knows, maybe Alice too. Are they allowed to be considered your best friend, Alice? I don't believe in best friends. By
There's
the
a
way.
wait list.
So you have a wait. Oh wow. Okay.
wow.
I get it.
Alice is
Okay.
popular, okay?
Fair enough. Thanks for being here with us, Alice. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, I did.
I hope you had a good time.
Of course.
I mean, I know Stan kind of makes it difficult sometimes, but
What?
that's why we're here
Full
for him.
circle back
That's
to
why
the
we're here.
bullying.
That's why we're here for him. I wasn't a bullying comment.
Remember when you said you stopped
I
bullying
didn't.
me?
I didn't listen.
You
Remember
didn't
that,
stop.
John?
I do.
You mean you didn't stop? You
I
don't
do.
remember.
I do. I'm sorry. Okay,
It's okay. It's okay. This
I'm
is part of best friendship.
I'm
I
sorry.
see.
You've accepted. I
I'm
see.
sorry. Okay. Anyway, We hope we talk to you again at next time.
At next time.
At next time. We'll talk at you again next time. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Bye. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.